Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Lunch with Books. Yay. Please turn off your cell phones. Like that. You hear that? I don't want to hear that during the performance. All right. Very good. Thank you for that example. Next Tuesday, we will bring back the American chestnut tree. Remember, the American chestnut tree was wiped out by a blight. There is a way to bring it back. Susan Thompson will tell us about that on the 27th. On the 30th, which is Friday, the Pittsburgh Labor Choir will be over at the First State Capitol. This is a free concert. They've never done a concert outside of Pennsylvania before. And so come on over. That is at 7 p.m. in the evening. The 30th. There are flyers on your tables. Okay, and on September 3rd, Frances Perkins, who was the first female cabinet member of the U.S. and the U.S. Secretary of Labor, she'll be here for Labor Heritage Week and courtesy of the West Virginia History Alive at the West Virginia Humanities Council. That'll be September 3rd at noon. So we have brought back our friends, Faire May, because we like to challenge them. The last couple of years they have done Italian music for San Rocco, and they're here today to do a St. Stephen's Day celebration. St. Stephen was the first king of Hungary who laid the foundation of the state by converting the Magyar people to Christianity. And as an added bonus, we have with us today the Ohio Valley Folk Society dancers who will perform the traditional dance. Here is Faire May.
Thank you so much. As he said, we're Faire May. We're from right here in Wheeling, West Virginia. And he was definitely right. It is a challenge to learn a whole Hungarian show when we've only ever done 2 Hungarian songs before that. So usually we're Celtic and Scottish. Who's never seen a Faire May show before? Okay. Usually we're Celtic and Irish and a little bit of Appalachian. So this is a stretch, but we've had a lot of fun. We do Italian, like you said, and Hungarian. Hopefully nobody in here can speak any of the probably 100 Hungarian dialects because we may butcher all of them. But we are doing our best to keep certain cultures alive to the best of our abilities. So next we're going to, well actually, just so you know what we did a set of 2 Jewish-Hungarian wedding dances. So you may have been able to hear sort of the klezmer influences. And next we're going to do Kortan. Thank you. Next, we're going to do a set of 2 Hungarian fiddle tunes. These would be set to dancing most likely. The second one is from a county called Satsbar County, and that county barely exists anymore. It's been combined with 3 other counties in Hungary, and most of it was partitioned off to Romania after World War II. So you can see how St. Stephen's kingdom, he ruled the kingdom of Hungary, and it eventually got pieced away, and by the time World War II was over, Hungary is actually a lot smaller than it ever was before. But we'll talk more about St. Stephen after this one. I think award to audience with the most rhythm goes to you guys. Did not slow down at all. That was perfect.
I have to admit, I was a little bit worried, actually, but you guys did great.
Yeah, sure. So Zach has kind of tasked me with becoming an expert on St. Stephen of Hungary since last night. So, anyway, he was, just give you a couple little fun facts. So he was born sort of right at the end of the 900s. He was born in like 970, I believe, something around there. And anyway, he was born to a father who was a supreme chieftain, sort of the Magyar people that Sean was talking about. And he was their leader, and he married a Christian woman. And so he was eventually baptized himself, and they sort of formed beginnings of an alliance with the Holy Roman Empire. And so they allowed missionaries to start coming into Hungary and things like that. And as St. Stephen was a young child, he sort of helped to spread Christianity alongside his father until he was older. But when he was born, his name is Bike, and I think I'm pronouncing that right because it's in Hungarian, and I don't speak Hungarian. But his name is
By the way,
was
none of
Bike.
us speak Hungarian. I just want to mention that again. So if any of you are Hungarian out there and you know how to speak Hungarian, I'm so sorry for
he And his mother, legend has it that his mother had a vision of the biblical Saint Stephen, the first martyr, who told her that her son would continue the missionary work that her and her husband had started. So when he was baptized, his name was changed to Stephen. So that's how he got his name. And we'll continue the little history lessons as we go on, but we'll play another song for you now, so you don't have to listen to me anymore.
We're going to show you some of the Italian stuff that we did, actually. So we put together a whole Italian show for the Italian festival, and we were like, this is perfect. We can do it at the library. And then Sean said, we want Hungarian. So, but we did a really good Italian song called Shorty Shorty at the Italian festival, so I thought we would show it off here.
Yeah.
I thought you would like it.
So this is actually, it's a Sicilian song, and shuri shuri translates to flowers, flowers. And it's sort of like a breakup song in a way. La 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 la. Hey!
Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno. Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno.
La 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 la. Turcando nei marmori ne pemanti. Passa manco qui la mezzi. Dammi la donna mia che non mi voli. La donna mia che non ne senti.
Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno. Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno.
La 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 la. Turcando nei marmori ne pemanti. Manco qui la mezzi. Dammi la donna mia che non mi voli. Donna mia che non ne senti.
Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno. Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno.
La 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 la.
Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno. Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno. Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno. Shuri, 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 tutulano, l'amore camminassi tutorno.
Thank you. Next, we're going to do a song called Adjon Azisten, which means let God give luck. It's sort of, I don't know, there is something funny about asking God to give you luck. I think it just got lost in the translation. It's asking probably for just good things in life. At least I hope so. There's one verse that talks about if I don't get good things, then I will lose my faith. So this is not a very good song. but it's fun to sing. Adjon az Isten felencsét, s felelmet forró kerencsét, Góles vékámba gobernát, árva közembe horulát. Lamba ne kelljen, ora messzajna heavenland, Irbás navános hógoldjen, majd szeten széjen ne törjen. Adjon az Isten szerencsét, szellemet forró kerenzét, órás vékámba gobernát, árva kezembe borulát. Thank you. Next, I am going to get out my Scottish small pipes, but I'm going to play a Hungarian tune. So let me show you. All types of bagpipes are a reed instrument, and reed instruments were very popular in the medieval era, which is when the Kingdom of Hungary was thriving. So I did find a Hungarian dance tune from probably the 1100s to 1200s. It's called rokotonk, and that translates to fox dance. So tonk is the Hungarian word for dance, and you'll hear more about that when we start dancing. But essentially, when I get my bagpipes out, what's making all the noise is a little thing called a reed, and it's just vibrating as you put air through it. So I'll show you this one. That's not a good sound, but it will sound good in the bagpipes. So this would have been played on a type of medieval bagpipe. It's rokotonk.
Another little step in the history of St. Stephen. So around the year 1000 AD, 1001, something around there, they're not entirely sure, but he was crowned the king of Hungary, and he was sort of the first king of that whole central kingdom, and he was crowned by Pope Sylvester II, and he sort of laid the foundation for what Hungary would later become, as Sean had said earlier also. He invited foreign priests to come in from other nations to sort of provide for the needs of people there. He had the state build churches and monasteries and abbeys and things like that, and sort of established the bishoprics and dioceses and things like that, and tithing, and sort of built this whole structure for a Christian kingdom. And that's sort of what Hungary is to this day, more or less, over many different changes and political changes and borders moving and things like that, as happens with countries, but he sort of set the foundation for what it would become.
We have two more songs for you before the dancers come on, and these are both gypsy-style songs. And Jeriel found some fun facts about gypsies before we start.
So the Romani people, more commonly known as gypsies, they actually originated in India, which is something not everybody knows. So they came from the Punjab region in northern India, and they were nomadic people, and they got to Europe between the 8th and 10th centuries. Now, the Europeans, they weren't really sure where these people came from, and that's actually how they got their name of gypsies, because they thought they were from Egypt. They're not, but the name just stuck. So there's a group of these Romani people called Vlach Romani, and they were a group who were enslaved in Wallachia, which is modern-day Romania, and they were enslaved for something like 500 years. They were only released in like 1856, and a lot of these people were treated so poorly, very abused, and a very common group of gypsies within this area were the Boyash, and they do not speak Romani, the language of their forefathers, because if they were caught speaking it, their tongues would be cut off, actually. So these people were very abused, and they were released, and now a lot of them live in what is modern-day Hungary, these Boyash gypsies. And there's a really wonderful band. I'll try not to butcher their name. Kanisha Chilagai, something like that. And I recommend look them up on Spotify, because we learned both of these songs from them. They're a wonderful band from Hungary of people of Boyash descent who bring these songs back to life. So this first one we're going to play for you is called Ahoy Mama, and it's a very sad song about this man being left by this woman with her children, and he's crying out to his mother, and one of the first things he says to her is, "Oh, mother, cook potatoes for me." I guess that's what he wanted when he was sad. I believe that's what one of the first lines translates to, which I think is really funny. I guess that's the remedy for sorrow, potatoes. So this is Ahoy Mama. All right, and this is our final song before we let the dancers take over. I do want to mention we have some CDs for sale down there, as well as a donation basket for the dance group. There's always expenses for costumes, things like that. And we're trying to just grow our collection of costumes so we can more accurately represent the culture that we're trying to preserve. So don't feel pressure to donate, but that is there if you appreciate what you see. So this last song is called Yarba. It's another Romani song in the language of the Boyash people. And Yarba translates to grass.
Thank you so much. This has been fun. But if you want to see our normal music, we have a show a week from today at Warwood Park. That's August 27th at 7 p.m. It's part of Toe Tappin' Tuesdays. It'll be 2 hours of Faire May. It'll be our normal Irish and Scottish and Appalachian music if you're interested in that. We have a website, fairmaymusic.com. You can take a business card, buy a CD, whatever you like. But now we're going to have the dancers come on, so you're not saying bye to us yet because we're also dancing.
Can I just say my last fun fact first? Okay, I have one more fun fact. So St. Stephen was canonized by Pope Gregory the 7th in 1083, and he is the patron saint of all things bricklayers, kings, stone cutters, masons, and parents who have lost a child. So lots of different things going for him there. But just thought I'd give you that little tidbit.
Thank you so much. So this group that you're seeing is a combined group of the Ohio Valley Folk Society and the Sycamore Youth Center folk dancers. What you just saw was called Somoji Karikazo, or Karikazo, sorry. It's usually a girl's song with movements. So the idea of the Karikazo is it focuses more on the music and the singing than it does on the movements. It's more of a movement set to a song rather than a dance set to music. And Somoji is a region in southern Hungary. And usually it's just girls who do a Karikazo, but we had the guys on the outside. It would have been traditional for them to sort of hang back and maybe do part of the dance to wait for there to be a couple's dance so they can find a girl to dance with. So usually they would stay separated for a dance like that and stay around the outside. Next, we're going to do one called For a Birthday. This is sort of a shepherds or swineherders style dance where there are no partners and you're sort of dancing yourself.
Szemem alatt álmatlanság virágzik, az én sűrű könnyeimtől elázik. Lesz még az én arcom olyan virágos, lámpás szemem szerelemből világos. Már a kakas 36-ot kiáltott, tagadhattok engem, édes barátok. Gyengeségnek nem veszem a szívemre, jó a világ, még nekem is jó benne. Már a kakas 36-ot kiáltott, tagadhattok engem, édes barátok. Gyengeségnek nem veszem a szívemre, jó a világ, még nekem is jó benne.
Thank you. While they set up for the next dance, I will talk about the rest of the group. So this is just the teen and adult portion of the group. We do have about 25 to 30 kids in our group as well, between the ages of 6 and 14. And if you would like to see the full group, they will be dancing at First Friday Festival in Steubenville in September, which is September the 6th. I think we're dancing around 7:15, and Faire May will be there too. We'll be there at 6. 4th Street, Steubenville. So they close the whole street down. If you want to put something in the GPS, you can put 4th Street or Leonardo's Coffee House. They both take you right to where the hub of the festival is. And we'll also be dancing German at Ogilvy Fest at Ogilvy Park. That's on Sunday of Ogilvy Fest, which is October 6th. That's easy to remember. September 6th and October 6th at Ogilvy Fest will be at 1:30 and 3:30 at Hess Shelter. But now we're going to do Porhansky Chardosh. Thank you. Next, we're going to do more of a traditional style chardosh. You may have heard that word a bunch of times. There's a lot of classical composers who redid different chardoshes from Hungary or Romania. But chardosh basically comes from the word charda, which is the word for inn. And basically, that would have been a tavern, sort of like how traditional Irish music comes out of a traditional Irish pub. This came from a Hungarian style tavern. So, this is the dance that the common people would have been doing. And it wasn't super popular at first. It was sort of a grassroots effort back in the early 1800s. And around that time, Hungarian royalty and wealthier Hungarian families wanted a more distinct sense of nationality for Hungary. So they started encouraging dances and music that came from people who were just living their ordinary lives. And the chardosh is one of them. The most traditional style chardosh is with just one couple or sets of couples. And it has become sort of an Olympic game type of a thing in Hungary. They have competitions for this, just how you have square dance competitions or swing dance competitions here. People will be judged on their chardoshes. Most of them are created by the couples that are dancing it. They choreograph them themselves based on music, and they pay a band to play. So this is one that we choreographed based on a couple that we saw. A little out of breath, but that brings us to our last set of dances. This is a medley that we put together of 3 different dances. The first one's actually Bulgarian. Don't tell anybody. And then the other 2 are Hungarian, and we'll have the full group on. If you want to support the group, you see all these lovely costumes. We had to put them together over the past 15 to 20 years. And every year, the group gets bigger, or our people change, and we need different costumes, and it's always an expense. So if you feel like supporting us, we do have a basket where we can take money if you'd like to support us. We also have an online campaign. It's on a website called Give, Send, Go. If you know anything about that, it's a lot like GoFundMe. Yeah, it's a lot like GoFundMe, but it's a Christian organization instead of GoFundMe. So it's called Give, Send, Go, and we have the link there as well as pictures of our full group over here on the table with the little kids when we dance at Ogilvy Fest. We have a website for the dance group. It's called OhioValleyFolkSociety.com, and we hope to see you at another performance.
Amen.